It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's time for your favorite pop culture hour, or however long we feel like talking. Welcome back to TLR, the Ludicrous Report. As always, I am one of your co-hosts, Joey Karni, and with me, as always, the Diva Incarnate, Issa. We always start off the same way. How are you, and what's going on?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Hi, packing, getting ready to go to San Antonio.
Oh, lucky you, lucky you. Going to do some Royal Rumble stuff? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. I'm gonna be. There's a little something happening there, so I figure I'll show my face.
Yeah. And last year, I mean, you made quite a mark. All four big ones. You did.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we can live up to that expectation this year again. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you're in with Triple H now, so I guess it's possible.
I'm his favorite, obviously.
Yeah, changes everything just for you.
Yep.
Love it. a lot of fun headlines today. I'm
Yeah.
gonna throw one in there just because I know you're gonna love it. I guess we could start off with that one. Bad Bunny in WWE 2K23 as a pre-order pack. How excited are you? Seeing him in the commercial as well.
Oh, I love seeing him in the commercial. I mean, it had kind of leaked that he had filmed something.
Yeah,
The commercial I thought was a lot of fun. I mean,
it
let's
was.
poke fun at the whole "you can't see John Cena." I was in Logan also makes an appearance in the commercial, which goes to show you, regardless of the controversies that he's currently going through, which we can talk about that later. But he finally owned up to everything wrong with the crypto scam. But I am very happy to see him. I think it's a very smart business decision to make him a pre-order, character, because you're going to get a lot of people pre-ordering. I gotta have to dust off my PS5 or my Switch, one of them, and pre-order this game just so that I can get Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I mean, I have friends who are not really wrestling fans, and they know of wrestling, and they live in South Florida. So obviously, their favorite thing in the world is Bad Bunny. And I sent them the clip of him in the commercial, and my friend's like, "I don't play video games, but I'm gonna buy that one." This is
You
what
know, I was a little bit disappointed that he didn't throw the girl's phone when she asked for a selfie. I felt like it wasn't an accurate portrayal of Bad Bunny.
yes, that. Imagine that's what he did. Oh man, that would have been
That
great.
would have been great.
Yeah. Yeah, I tweeted. It's funny you mentioned like something like that. I tweeted last night during Raw. I know we're going already on the wrestling rant here, but I tweeted during Raw when Teddy Long came out. I said, I guess Teddy Long didn't block WWE on Twitter because they got through to him somehow.
You get blocked?
I didn't. I no, I did. I did. I did.
Oh my god, I haven't checked. I never checked.
I did when that trend was going on. That was outside of wrestling too. That went viral everywhere.
I know
Crazy.
everybody was checking to see they got blocked by him. It was good to see him though. I'm excited for Bad. I'm excited for Bad Bunny. I can't wait to see what kind of wrestling score they gave him, Logan
Yeah.
Paul. Like there's so many celebrities that might make it to the game that I'm very curious to see what rating they get.
Yeah. I remember in 2K22 being able to play as MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, and Logan Paul. And that to me was like the coolest thing. And I maybe you did too. A lot of people thought we were going to get Bad Bunny last year in the game.
Yeah, I did.
So to get him this year, I mean, I think it's going to be a key selling point for a lot of people. And no, I think it's going to be a great time to play as Bad Bunny in a wrestling game. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm hoping we see an appearance by him this weekend, given the fact that he's pretty buzzworthy right now with WWE. This is pop culture related. He is gonna headline Coachella, the very first
I saw
non-English
that.
act that's going to headline Coachella. Like this man is just like. So I saw a tweet yesterday, made me laugh because they were like, Bad Bunny's even on Soup right now, and he's funny. I don't know how much he's preparing for that, but I wouldn't mind seeing him have another WrestleMania match, have a Royal Rumble appearance. That's how they set up that infamous match with The Miz, was because of the Royal Rumble interaction.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. He's not as busy as he was last year, so I'm assuming he might be able to. But that is one of the surprises that I'm really, really hoping for that we see. And I know that Bad Bunny is a very big wrestling fan. I don't know if you did see the headline, but I don't know if you remember they did those paintings, those Royal Rumble paintings, and he bought One, I can't remember for what Royal Rumble it was. I gotta look it up, but he bought one of those paintings, and I was like, I can imagine actually Bad Bunny owning a beautiful mansion decorated with wrestling paintings everywhere because he is one of us. So I think it'll be cool to see him show up this weekend, and I can't wait to play as him. I will pre-order the game just
Yep.
because of that. I haven't gotten a 2K since it's been a while since I bought one because the reputation for these 2K games is not the greatest.
Especially,
And
I
I
think
honestly
in the
don't
20s.
have the time. I don't have the time for video games anymore like I used to.
See, that's the thing. And I know a lot of people who are even older than me that have all this time for video games. And
I don't
even
know
as
how
a
they
kid,
do it.
I wasn't an avid video game player. I would play like socially with friends,
Right.
like certain games. I always played the wrestling games. Those were always my thing. But as I got older, they kind of just faded into the back for me, and I never really made the time. But 2K22
Call of Duty is my shit.
Call of Duty,
I know.
obviously.
Yeah.
Um, but like you said, like the games kind of fell off for a little bit. I think my favorite of all time was SmackDown Here Comes the Pain.
Of course. Of
And
course. That's
then
a good one.
the last couple of years, I think all the 2K ones kind of fell off. And 2K22 really kind of brought me back. I have to say, like they changed a lot, and it was a fun game.
But as much as I love the appearance by Bad Bunny, I will say that I thought it was one of the more let down trailers. Like
Yes,
I
so
love the
classic.
Suplex City one. The one that they did when Brock was in the cover where they set up like a whole city and you see
Yep,
them in like different environments. Sheamus is fighting at the bar and then it goes into the underground fighting scene. Like
yep.
I look forward to the reveal of the trailers of 2K because they're remember when they put Seth Rollins and he like burned the
Burn
warehouse? Like
everything
they
down,
always,
all the memorabilia.
yeah, right. They always go all out, and I mean, I guess maybe they blew the budget on Bad Bunny and John Cena, and they couldn't do much.
Yeah.
But I will say it was a little bit of a letdown compared to others. And if people want to let us know, my favorite is the Suplex City one. I thought that trailer was incredible.
You see, I like last year, for example, where like everyone's screaming like I get next game, and they were
Yeah.
all running. That to me was hysterical with MGK, and that probably was my favorite one so far. But this
Come
one,
on, the Suplex City one is so good.
I think this
Yeah,
year's was more aimed towards the classic wrestling fans, um,
yeah.
and even like the younger kids who know John
No,
Cena.
and they did a good job because you put Logan Paul and Bad Bunny on there, for the casuals or the people that might not watch wrestling or the younger viewers. But also you put John Cena and the meme. Even if you don't watch wrestling, everybody knows that. Oh, why is John Cena in this picture? Everybody knows that meme. So to make him invisible, I thought was clever. I am keeping an eye on. I know we're talking about. I do think this is more pop culture than anything. But I am very much keeping an eye on the teasers that they did with Cena and Austin Theory. I wonder if
Yes,
that's going to turn into something because it was in there twice. You see John Cena picking up Theory, and that's who John Cena's playing as when he's sitting down playing on the sofa. So I was like, they're not gonna throw that in there like just because. But yeah, I will say compared to like trailer releases for 2K games, this was not the best. And I hate to say it because you know how much I love my Bad Bunny, but it wasn't my favorite.
well, honestly, like what we talked about before we went on camera, before we went live, I said that I feel like it was kind of thrown together last minute, not last
Yeah.
minute, but earlier than they were or they were scheduled for, because the cover got leaked.
Well, yeah, you saw the picture that unless he took it before, but Triple H feels like he just tweeted that picture with Bad Bunny. So they
Yeah,
might have filmed this very last minute when they have Cena there and when they have Bad Bunny there. Like it felt very thrown together. Is the right way. It's the right words to use, honestly.
and now that I'm thinking about it, I think this cover was actually leaked weeks ago, maybe
Yeah.
even over a month ago, because WWE's Fox account tweeted out a cover photo with John Cena on it.
Mhm.
I don't remember if you saw that, and they were like,
Yeah.
"Imagine this is the cover." Oh man,
Yeah.
yeah, they got us.
They got us. They
Yeah,
got us. But yeah, I wouldn't rank it very high on the trailer releases. They done a better job at
yeah,
putting together very crazy trailers.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm happy for Bad Bunny, and I think it will help their video game sales. Bad Bunny is just that's why people are putting him everywhere right now. They know what's selling.
Yep, exactly. And to kind of go on to the next topic here, because I'm sure we could talk about Bad Bunny and wrestling all day long. Um,
Yep.
all day long. One topic that I found that I thought was hysterical because we've talked about it on the show before when it first happened, and it involves Pete Davidson. Uh, we had reported we didn't really report the news, but we discussed it on the show that
Right.
he had all these Kim Kardashian tattoos and the names of her children and all this crazy
So
stuff.
extra.
Yeah. Now that they are long gone, that relationship has ended. Pete Davidson has revealed that he removed all of his Kim Kardashian tattoos during his outing with, I guess, his new girlfriend when they were at the beach and they were able to be seen. Oh man, this is why you just
Say it. You don't do that dumb stuff. Yeah, say it.
even if you put a ring on her finger, I mean, there still is the chance that they can break up.
Or get something
That
symbolic
reminds
that
you
if it falls
exactly.
apart, it's still like a symbol and it's not necessarily so blatantly
Yeah.
that, because from what I heard, the removal of a tattoo is more painful than the tattoo itself. And I have a couple of tattoos. Tattoos hurt, and I've
Yes.
heard that
Exactly.
removing them is even more painful than having them done. I
Yeah.
don't know about covering them too, because a lot of times they don't turn out the way that you want them to. But I had a feeling, even when we discussed it, that it was a bad idea from the get go. I never saw and I'm not trying to jinx it or anything, but I never saw them as a long term thing.
No.
I
Either way.
never saw them as a long term thing. I think Kim is very focused on herself right now, which
Yep.
is good for her. I'm loving the version that post
She just wanted
divorce
some
Kim.
fun. She wanted some
Yeah,
fun, and he seems like one
yeah.
of the Hollywood bad boys. And
Why not? But
she's living her
I
best.
didn't see her.
What's that girl's name? That's dating MGK.
Oh, Megan Fox.
She's living her best Megan Fox life,
Yeah. But those two are meant for each other. They're freaking nuts.
exchanging blood and all this weird stuff their voodoo stuff. Crazy,
She's
crazy.
crazy for him. Some of the interviews I seen her do. I'm like, what happened to her? Like,
She did Jennifer's Body, that movie, and she just became
I
crazy.
used to have the biggest girl crush on Megan Fox from Jennifer's Body and Transformers, like
She
back
was
in the day. Oh my god,
Transformers. Oh man,
she
I
was
love
like the
it.
most beautiful thing ever. She still is, but
Yeah,
now she's just a little crazy.
I
But
mean,
yeah, I had a feeling this was gonna happen, Joey. Honestly,
yeah. And he didn't just get one tattoo. There was like a group of them, plus the names of her kids. Like
that's extra.
I
That one
love
I didn't
tattoos.
like.
I love tattoos. I have nearly a bunch of tattoos on my body. I don't have anybody's name. I don't have things like that. Like, you get symbols, things that remind you of certain things, not names of people, especially when it's in this case. Like,
Do you know that I have 3 Bad Bunny tattoos?
do you really?
Yeah, but it's not Bad Bunny. It's like symbols, like that
Yeah.
heart that he put on the cover of his last album. I
Yeah.
have that. The actual bunny that he has as a logo, like I have that. So I'm like, God, if Bad Bunny gets canceled, I'm so screwed.
See, Bad Bunny, it's different for you because you're not just like a fan of Bad Bunny. There's you know there's a cultural connection there where it's more than just being a fan of an artist. Like he comes
Right.
from where you come from. There's a lot more behind it.
Literally from my hometown. Literally from my hometown. And the little heart he always said represented how in Puerto Rico the summer never ends. So there is a lot of more meaning to it, because I see it and I think of that album, and that album makes me think of summer. Like there's a lot more to it, and but they're symbols, like you said. It's not like I have Bad Bunny or Benito tattooed on me. Like no, but it's just funny when you think about that, right? When you start thinking about the things that you put on your body tattooed wise, I was like, when I got them done, I was like, one is like the shark fin right here on my arm. That's a Bad Bunny reference, but nobody would know that. So something happens, I don't have to worry about that because it's just a shark fin. But yeah, you start thinking about that because that's like, I got them done. I was so proud when I got the first one, and my mom is like, God, I hope he never does anything really wrong. And I'm like, me too.
Yeah. No, I have my first tattoo is Elvis influence because I have the
You
same
love
birthday.
Elvis?
Yeah, we have January 8th is my birthday, Elvis's birthday as well. And when I was born, my grandmother, the nickname I had was the King. I was the King. That's what she called me.
Right.
It's a family nickname, and it came from Elvis. So my first tattoo, I got like a crown on my rib cage, like a small crown, and it was in reference of the nickname, but it's influenced by Elvis. So
Right.
crazy, just it's listen.
Listen, I just
It
I don't
symbolizes
like
something.
it.
It's not. I didn't get the word Elvis on me. Like
Right.
you don't have the word
Freaking
Bad
wait,
Bunny.
what a Graceland on your arm. No, but I'm not for that. And I also saw recently, like I always thought it was cute when couples get the ring tattooed on their
Yes,
fingers. And then I just found out that fingers tattoos are very hard to like keep up with. They fade
they
out. You
are,
have to keep getting them retouched and all
especially
that.
like
So
this
I
part
was
of your hand where your
right.
skin exfoliates.
Right. So
Yeah,
I was thinking, I was like, I think as a couple, that would probably be the only thing that I would like find cute because I think Moxley has it. I don't know if
I know
Renee
there's
has
wrestlers
it.
that have Randy Orton and his wife. I think, or is
Yeah.
it Cody? Cody and Brandy might have. I'm not sure. What
I know Mox has
couple?
it. I don't know if Renee has it because she also
Yeah,
wears a ring.
yeah.
But then I was watching a YouTuber recently and he was gonna go get a tattoo with his partner. And then the tattoo artist was like, listen, I don't suggest it. You have to keep up with it. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know that. I think that's a cute couple's tattoo because if you're gonna
Yeah.
be married, you're gonna be married for life and etc. But I don't know about names. I would be 1000% more towards symbols. Like if you love each other and you want to do it and express yourself that kind of way. But the whole names things like and the names of her kids that aren't even his, like I didn't like that at all. Everything else that you want to do it. I know that we just saw. Oh, for example, Travis Barker just revealed his Kourtney Kardashian
It was
tattoo, and it's
her
just her
eyes.
eyes.
I
And
saw
I
that.
think that's a pretty tattoo. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's something that if he falls apart, he doesn't necessarily have to like get removed, right?
yeah. It could
Because
just be people get faces all the time that are not anybody's
right,
name. So
right. So there's a right way to do it. I'm not saying don't go and do the couple's tattoo, do it. But the names are just tacky. The names of kids that aren't yours is
yeah,
tacky. And I never saw him being like a big part of their lives because as much
no,
as crazy as Kanye is, Kim has never kept the kids away from him. They still have like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like Kim is raising these kids by themselves and the dad is not present. Like
yeah.
I'm weird about that stuff now.
No, I get it too. It's one of those. I don't know. If I got married and my wife said, "Hey, I want you to get a tattoo of my name," I would say no, like in the nicest way possible. No, but I'll get something that symbolizes
Right.
something that I like I love about you. You know what I mean? Like something like that. I don't
Yeah.
know. Tattoos are, and I started to even think like, do you think that they were actually like real tattoos that he got, or were they just like
I
those
don't
long-lasting tattoos
know.
just to mess with Kanye?
I know. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was
People said
thinking because
they were a publicity stunt, like them being together in the first place.
right. I recently was watching a video on YouTube, story of my life, and it was like about
Mhm.
like these influencers getting face tattoos that are fake, but
Yeah,
they make the vlog making it seem like, oh, I went to the tattoo, but when you start really paying attention, you never see them actually tattooing, and it ends up being a
yeah,
fake tattoo. So it could have been, and that's like, oh, I got it removed. That's what I'm telling you. The removal process of a
yeah.
tattoo is not simple either.
No, and then what's funny about that is he's on those commercials for skin removal. Or no, it's not a skin removal tattoo. It's not a skin removal commercial. It's I believe it's the water commercial that he does, but he's
Yeah.
getting tattoos removed in the commercial.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, yeah,
Listen, you live and you learn, but sometimes when you're young, you do dumb shit, you know?
yeah. No, I get it. And I mean, how old is he? He's like,
I have no idea now that you think about
I
it.
think
Hold on.
he's in his 20s, close to 30, I would say. But this guy's lived
29. He's 29 years old.
this kid's lived 9 lives already. I mean, man,
Wow, that's how you should have known Kim was not keeping him. He's 29. Kim is 42. She don't have time for that stuff.
yeah. What was she met him on SNL. They had some fun, and
It
that's
is
all
what
it
it
was.
is.
But this
You don't
guy,
agree?
maybe this guy is just crazy. He just like went. He had tattoos for Ariana Grande. He had tattoos.
Yeah. Maybe it's like a trophy thing for him more than, like, you know?
Everybody's name. Ariana Grande, Kim Kardashian, all these people just like name like tattooed on him. Like this is my blacklist. This is my black
You
book.
know what he reminds me of? Remember back in the day, it was John Mayer, the one that was like scoring all the hot Hollywood
Yep.
chicks.
Yep.
I know we sound old, but I remember there was a period of time where John Mayer was just getting all of the popular it girls at the
Yeah.
time. But
Isn't he
see,
still on
John
though?
Mayer, I get it. You listen to some of the lyrics of his song, and you can tell he probably has smooth game when it comes to talking to the
Yeah.
ladies.
Yeah. He was actually on the Call Her Daddy's podcast in the
Yeah,
last month or so, and he talked about that, and he said like you would think that that's how he is, but he's like the worst at that. He's like people always like look at me and say like you're hot and this that, and he's like who me? Like he doesn't look at himself the way that the world looks
people
at him.
see him. That's
So
good though, because that
very
that keeps him
misunderstood.
humble.
Yeah,
But
seems like a very misunderstood guy.
I always thought Your Body's a Wonderland is such a good song and inspiring. And I know he wrote it for Jennifer Love Hewitt, if I'm not mistaken. So like
Yeah.
it's crazy the game that John Mayer was pulling back in the day. And when you look at him, you don't think that. And I feel that way about Pete Davidson today. When you go
Yeah.
like, he's being with who? Like this guy?
This like tall, lanky guy with tattoos that like looks like the security guard.
He's just not. Yeah, no, he's not. I mean, again, you can't say anything because when you think attractions, a lot of times, like, I'm the kind of person that I'm more attracted to, like, brains. Like, are you smart? Can you make me laugh?
Yeah.
Can you keep a good conversation? So, a lot of times it has nothing to do with looks, and people just get it wrong.
What's your kind of off topic here? What's your favorite like thing about like when you look for a guy? Like what's the top thing for you? And then what's your ick?
Physically or like physically, because that's the first thing you usually see. I'm a sucker
Yeah.
for smiles. I love a good
Yeah.
smile. But I just told you, can you keep a good smart conversation with me? Can you make me laugh? Can you talk sports? I'm a big sports person. Yeah, that's a big thing for me. And can you keep up with my schedule? Because I'm always busy. So I'm not the kind of person I'm not very lovey-dovey, right? Like I'm not a hugger, I'm not a cuddler, and I know that a lot of times people are like I'm the kind of person who's like, "Why are you touching me?" Like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
a lot of times people don't like that, so you have to be able to keep up with that. My ick, ooh, I don't like whiny. Like it's not my thing. I'm not here to be your mom. I don't have time for whining. Like I'm not the whole like baby me or be my
Yeah.
nurse or be my mom. Yeah, you're not gonna get that from me.
No, I'm the same way with
What about you? What about you?
see when I look for like looking to a girl, I'm looking for like someone who I can like connect with, like have a conversation with, and just
Right.
not have to feel like I'm walking on eggshells, or like I feel like I don't like she doesn't know what I'm talking about half the time. Like someone who's on my level, like mentally, in a sense. And for me,
Agreed.
like if I can't talk to you about whatever, and you're just like confused all the time, and you're just not aware of anything, I'm like, where are you?
What are we
right
doing here?
now? And for me, my
But
ick. Oh yeah, yeah. What
yeah,
was it?
no, go ahead. What's the ick? I want to hear this.
My ick is when I would probably say it's labeled under like vocabulary. Like I hate when girls are like this, like, like.
Yeah.
You sound like you're 12 years old. Please don't do that.
I'm a sucker for good grammar too. Like if you
Yes.
started like shortening your text and all that, yeah, that's not for me. And the way that I say it is like English is not even my first language, and all of my texts are always well written out. Like I don't shorten anything, so
I
I
put
expect the
commas in my
same
text.
from you.
I put
What?
commas in my text. I add
Me
commas.
too. Oh God, we're such nerds.
It can change the whole meaning of a sentence if you
Yeah.
use it or you don't, and people don't realize that. There's a lot of memes that
Mhm.
have that kind of thing in there where it's one word or it's one sentence, and then the next line is the same sentence with a comma, and it's two different meanings.
Changes everything. Same with the
Yep.
exclamation point and the question mark. Like it really does changes everything.
Yeah.
But I'm a sucker for grammar. But you know what? Going back to the ick, I want you to have a conversation with me, but I don't want you to feed me what I want to hear or
Yeah.
pretend you're into
Yeah,
what
yes.
I'm into. Like you don't have to be into what I'm into. That is also okay because I can't stand when people pretend that they like what you like to impress you. When it's just like, yeah, no, it's all good. You don't have to like the same things that I like. That's another ick.
I call that don't be a John Laurinaitis.
Ah! I love that.
Don't be a yes man.
Yep.
Have your own opinion.
Agreed.
That's another thing too. Like same with girls. Like if I ask you, do you like this or that? And so, well, what do you like? Well, I'm asking. Oh man, like come
Yeah.
on.
But guys do that a lot too. Like, well, what do you
Listen,
like?
I'm guilty of that all the time because I don't know what the right answer is,
Yeah.
But in most cases, I'm very direct with like, you have to be.
Agreed.
Someone in a relationship has to be like the direct one. But,
yeah, that's usually me.
Yeah.
I remember one time, it's off topic, but I remember one time a long time ago, I was like having one of those like one-on-one meetings with your supervisor, my boss at the time. I was up for a promotion, I was up for a raise, and then he gives me all of this positive feedback, and that is the way you're supposed to give feedback, right? You start with the good, and then you move on to the constructive criticism.
Exactly.
And he said, I only have one constructive criticism for you. And I was like, what is it? And he's like, you have a very special talent at being very direct. And I was like, are you calling me a bitch? He's like, I need you to tone it down just a little bit. And I'm like, I walked out of that meeting. Listen, I got the promotion, I got the raise, but I remember thinking, I think he just called me a bitch.
I've heard that being more aggressive. You're more aggressive than the other people. Like being more direct. Like
right.
Oh man.
Things get done.
Someone has to be in charge.
Correct. Guarantee you Kim Kardashian was in charge during her time with PETA.
You can tell though, in her family, she is the direct one.
Oh yeah.
Same. Her and Kris Jenner are that.
I feel like she's the direct, her and Kris direct in charge. I think Karni is the more direct, bitchy way. Like,
yes, she's more laid back, but I don't know. She's one of my least favorite on the whole.
Me too. And Chloe is just the likable one. Everybody loves Chloe.
We talked about this. She's direct when she has to be, but she's also like the most personable, I think. Now we're seeing a different side of Kim, which we also discussed. But then again, you look at Kendall and she's like, they're all doing these red carpets and Kendall's in the back riding horses somewhere, like drinking tequila. Like I
love Kendall. Kendall is literally me. She's me. Like, do I want to go hang out with a bunch of people or do I want to sit here with animals getting drunk? Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. They're like they're at like the Met Gala and she's like doing crossword puzzles with her friends at her house and now like come on, she's just I don't know, she's cool.
There is a lot of controversy around her tequila brand though.
Yeah, I heard someone like it's not like it's kind of like a generic.
Right, so they make it. They factor her tequila in a place where they just factor a bunch and they just put whatever label needs to put on it, as opposite to like, for example, the Rocks tequila, which is like it's a facility that only produces his and another tequila, which is like super expensive, right?
By the way, I love his tequila.
Oh, it's so good. It's smooth too. Like, oh my god, it's so good. I have yet to try Kendall's. I need to do it. Is it good?
It's a lot thicker, but I think that I like Teremana.
It's so good. And I'm not a tequila person. I like to stay on brand. Puerto Rico is like the capital of rum, so I'm a rum girl because they make. I have the Bacardi factory literally 10 minutes from me. So I'm a rum girl. But listen, a shot is a shot. I'm gonna take it if you buy me one, right? Yeah. I remember trying the Rocks tequila, and I was like, now this tequila I could get into, and I'm not a tequila person.
Yeah,
I like more expensive tequilas. That's the thing. Like when you're paying for quality, you feel the difference. And the Rocks, I think, is at a decent price point, but it tastes like the more expensive tequila, and that is because of where it comes from, as opposed to Kendall's, which there's just a lot. I watch it. Like, here I go again. We should have a piggy bank where I just put a dime every time I said I watch a YouTube video. But I watched a YouTube video about her brand, and I was very shocked by it. About how they copy the branding as well. I guess they copy a different tequila brand. Like there was just a lot of things like in regards to her tequila that I was just like, oh wow, I didn't know that. I thought it was cool that she went into that aspect of business as opposed to the clothing line or the makeup company like all of the other ones. Which, no hate, I love Good American, and that's Karni's brand. I love Skims. I think they gotten very good. The one I could never get into was Kylie Cosmetics. It was just, I remember buying it when the lip kit craze went out, and I gave it to
Yeah.
my sister after one try. I just didn't like it.
I had my 15-year-old cousin is obsessed, and she spends she spends money on that stuff. And I remember like one time she wanted to, it was like $50 like makeup kit, and I was like, is it usually that expensive? I don't know, but like that's crazy. It was expensive.
The thing of it is if, like, if I'm not mistaken, it's made by the same company that makes like Color Pop, which is a cheaper brand of makeup. So
Okay.
I am very particular about what I put on my face, especially the older you get, the more you gotta take care of like skin, you know. So
Yeah.
the way that I see it is, if I'm gonna spend $50 on this Kylie Jenner lip kit, I'd rather go and spend 10 more on a Dior foundation that I know is not gonna damage my skin. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
I'm very picky with my skincare, and it's not up to par, and the ingredients on her actual skincare line are horrible.
Yeah. It's crazy, crazy makeup world that we have today. It's
But
very
it's
like
not like it used to be. It's not like it used to be. Even Morphe, the big makeup store, just filed bankruptcy because they
wow.
depended so much on influencer branding. They had these brand deals with like Jacqueline Hill, Jeffree
Yeah.
Stars, a lot of major YouTuber, and that is not the way that people are doing makeup anymore.
Yeah.
It's changed a lot. I remember I was part of that. I remember when there was a makeup palette coming out every month, and people were buying it just because of the name attached to it, not even because of the color. I bought the Shane Dawson palette when it came out. It's still brand new somewhere. I think I used two colors
Yeah.
and that was it.
I remember seeing a TikTok that the James Charles ones they now sell in like Marshalls and TJ Maxx.
Don't even get me started on that one. I gave it away too. I gave it away too.
I think having a makeup line is like the starter pack now, or is part of the starter pack for being like a large influencer. Like,
Yeah, but the problem is that a lot of these influencers ended up being controversial too.
yep,
So
yep. The more that you're out there,
yeah.
the more opportunity for someone to find something on you. Just it's the way of the jungle. But staying on brand of Kylie Jenner, I mean, we have.
Sorry, I have a rebellious son right now trying
Oh no,
to
it's
take
fine.
over the show.
Listen, Roman was loud on Raw last night, and if he wants to be loud again today, he could do it. But staying on brand of Kylie Jenner, she released the first photos of her son, revealed the name. Did you look at? I didn't look at anything that has to do with this. Did you?
I can't
For the
pronounce
name?
it, and I guess she came up with the way to pronounce it. It's like Airy or Aire, or I don't know.
I thought it
If
was
you
air.
read it,
Yeah,
air. Yeah, if you that's what I was gonna say. The way that it's spelled is like air in Spanish, aire.
yeah.
But I did not watch the clip of her trying to explain to people how to pronounce it. I I feel so bad for some of these kids with the names, because it's like, hi, people are never gonna pronounce it right. They're never gonna spell it right, you know, like. But
Their
it was
names
just
are more
funny because
publicity stunts than actual names. It's crazy.
I know, but I did pop when Kim named
Yeah,
Northwest. I thought it was clever. Like, I liked it. I know people were talking so much crap, and I was like,
yeah,
I think that's funny, especially with Norty. Like, she has cute nicknames too, but I liked it. I thought Chicago was out there, but it made so much sense for
yeah.
Kanye. I did think they were gonna name one of their daughters Donda, and they didn't. I was shocked by that. But it's funny because when you look at Kim's kids' names now, they just seem normal
They seem
compared to
normal.
some of the other celebrity names that we seen.
Yeah. They have what? They have Stormy. They have Dream.
I like
Always,
Stormy too. I can't. I had to admit it. I like Stormy. Dream, I don't like as a name. It's too
no.
generic for me.
Yeah, Stormy. I like. And then they got True.
And now they have Airy. I gotta figure by next week I will bring you the right pronunciation. But it was just funny because I don't understand how you can go that long. I maybe they didn't, but it was supposed to be Wolfie, Wolf.
Yeah,
And she kept saying maybe that's still the name. We don't know. How do you keep your kid on name for that long? I assuming they knew and they just didn't want to make it public.
yeah.
But it's like, what's the big deal about making it public or not? Like, what's the difference?
The kid's what? Almost one now. Like,
Yeah.
when you have a puppy and you change his name when he's 6 months old, you're gonna have a hard time training that dog. And I think the same thing goes for kids too.
I know. I always wonder about that with like foster dogs or like adoption dogs because you know
Yeah.
they give them a name and people change their names, and I'm like, I have a hard time getting Roman to respond to Roman, and that's been his name since he was 8 weeks old.
Yeah. No, I don't know how you would have a kid and change his or her name like a year old. That to me makes no sense.
But at least the mystery is over. We have a name, and that's all that matters. That's why I wanted to bring that article here because we are obsessed with
Yeah.
the Kardashian kids. So at least now we don't have an unnamed one anymore when we're talking about them.
And you know what another thing too is like at what point does that just get like the idea of not knowing just gets annoying and you kind of just forget about it? Like how long was she thinking about going with that thing? People probably started like not caring anymore. She's like, fine, I'll tell you. Like
So I have a group of websites that I typically check the trending topics under entertainment on Twitter, right? Throughout the week, just to see if something pops up. But I have a group of websites that I go to every Tuesday morning. You know this because I blow up your DMs like first thing in the morning. And I remember seeing that and it was like, oh, Kylie has revealed the name of her son. And I was like, oh, I thought it was Wolf. Like I have forgotten about it.
Yeah.
Even until I saw that headline, I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's a different name. So you're absolutely right. People go on and they forget about it. I mean, recently we have forgotten how many kids were there because there's just so many of them. It's hard to keep track of all of them.
crazy. But you know, they like headlines. That's we call it. This should just be the Kardashian corner, like we talk about all the time. Like,
oh my
it's
god. Get ready for like the 10th time that I said this, but this week somebody dropped a video on the robbery that Kim Kardashian when she got robbed in Paris, remember? And I didn't realize it's been a while, but people were thinking it was a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
What? Like the fact that people were thinking that, because that was a very scary experience for her. And I do think she changed her social media behavior. I think that the way that she shows off now is more in her clothes, but you don't see her wearing this outrageous jewelry. And when she does, it's like at events that she's not that's not gonna happen to her. But like it was crazy because I didn't realize that, and they started posting reports of people thinking that it was a publicity stunt, and I was like, that is a little too much. Like we don't do that. Like that was scary for her, and it was crazy. They were interviewing the robbers, and they were like, well, she's always showing off. She's not gonna miss this jewelry, and I was like, what the hell, man? Like.
Oh man, put him behind bars. Like, get him out of here.
They did, and one of them is already out, so I guess they didn't give him that much time.
That to me would be terrifying. Like being held at gunpoint and then they get out later on, and it's just I don't know. But
the crazy part is like they were talking about how in the black market they don't care about buying this stolen jewelry because they at the end of the day they're diamonds. They just take them out and sell them in something differently. You still make a bunch of money out of it. Of course, you're not gonna sell here's Kim Kardashian's like ring, but they're gonna break it into pieces and make it into different, and they still end up making tons and tons of money out of stolen jewelry, which is crazy to me. I did see, sorry that I'm going off topic, that she purchased, I don't know if you saw it, but she purchased that Diana cross necklace for $200,000. Princess Diana worked this beautiful cross necklace. It was a very much a statement piece back in the day, and Kim ended up bidding for it and getting it for $200,000. So she still has that collection because I think she has something from Jackie O, from Elizabeth Taylor. She does have a collection of pieces that belong to like very famous people. Where she keeps it, I'm sure we will never find out.
Yeah, I saw people. I don't know if it was people were just making a joke, but you probably saw it too. People were like, Kim Kardashian purchases like Mae Young's robe for like $200,000. Did you see those? And
yes,
Kim Kardashian purchased like all these wrestling items, and I'm like, what?
What?
But
no, that's Bad Bunny. That's Bad Bunny. I gotta send you the link about him buying that painting.
See, that's cool though. That's something that like, yeah, but I don't know. I see we got some activity in the chat here. We got let's see who's in the chat. Let me see.
Killer of Demons. I see Mr. or M. Rouse. That's Mike.
Yeah.
I know Mike. Yeah, we see some people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us.
Exactly. Appreciate your support and the engagement. If you haven't already, subscribe down below, like the video, and comment down below something you'd like to see us talk about in the future, and get those super chats in. We'd love to read your comments on the air. So If you haven't already, get those super chats in. You can go to knowyournews.com. Was that what it was? Was that the link?
No, your news chat, I believe,
Chat.
or you
There you
can
go.
do it from YouTube itself.
There you go. I always forget the link. I don't know. Yes, but on staying on topic of Kylie Jenner, there's another topic that she's another headline that she's in. I guess it was Paris Fashion Week, and she wore this outrageous. To me, this is outrageous. She wore a lion head on her dress, but it was like this lion head. It looked like a real lion head. And the headline is that PETA applauded the dress.
Yep. Because it was, I guess, taking a stand against like that trophy hunting that people do.
Yep, it's a statement against trophy hunting, which to me makes no sense because that would mean that like that head was a trophy. I don't know. I guess
it was very realistic. It was not fashionable. It was a very weird dress.
Yes, and I believe the other one. Who was the other? Let me see here. I know it. Naomi Campbell wore a black dress with a wolf head on it.
Did you see that? I missed that.
Man, it was like
I gotta look it up. Oh, no.
A full black like furry dress, and like on her shoulder was the wolf head. Like this is like, to me, this is just disgusting. I'm not a fan of this. Like this is a different
head dress. Oh my god, it came right up when I started googling.
Yeah, there was like a bunch of them. There was like 2 or 3 of them dressed in these like weird animal outfits.
Oh no, this isn't. I mean, it's better than the lion head. I don't know if that means anything. But I think the thing of it is like they both wear dresses. I'm looking right at them. Naomi's is weird because she added the fur. If it was just a plain, I don't know. I hate these dresses. Isn't there a better way to make a statement than wearing these like animal heads on your body? And I'm a big fan of Naomi Campbell. I think she is. Sorry, Jay Cargill, but Naomi is that bitch. Like I'm sorry, she's forever that bitch in my book. I'm not abhorrent. I'm very big on fashion. I love dresses. I like people that take a risk with their fashion because I do think that fashion is not, you can make statements with your fashion, you can stand up for certain things, but I just don't know that this is like, it's not it for me, like for what they're trying to, the message that they're trying to put across. I see better way to be creative and stand up for things using fashion without it being so literal. This is too literal for me.
Yeah, and people like they made like the reference to like, oh, you know how many people wear like alligator and different things like that. I'm like, but they don't have the head, they don't have the face.
I have a pair of red bottom shoes, and they're made of snake skin. And you know how they make like what they call designer skins, where it's just like they mix them so they get a different color. These shoes are stunning. I never even wore them. They're so beautiful. They're very expensive, but there's like different colors. And I'm like showing them to my dad, and I'm like, this is art. Dad, like look at the, and he's like, how many snakes did they have to kill just to get like 3 squares of that color? And I'm like, shut up. I don't want to think about that. Okay, just look at the shoes. The first thought that he had as he's looking at him, he's like, do you know how many snakes die for these shoes? And I was like, Dad, please come on.
Snakes are sucking a joy out of this, Dad.
Right? I'm like, these are my favorites, damn it.
But no, these dresses are another level. I mean, this is not a fashion. I mean, it's definitely a statement, all right, but it's not a fashion statement. It's like
it made the headlines, and a lot of times that's what they want. People were talking about it, you know, and that's what it comes down to.
Did it make the headlines because of the dress itself, or who was wearing the dress?
That's a good point, because when I'm looking for news, actually the only one that I saw was the Kylie one. I didn't even see the Naomi until you brought it up. Like it didn't show up on my main go-to websites for pop culture news.
It was on. So this article is from TMZ. Kylie Jenner's the topic of the article, but if you scroll down, it shows you, oh, Naomi Campbell, like justifying that this was like a protest essentially against trophy hunting. Like, oh,
Naomi Campbell has not aged. She has. Oh, nope. There's another one. There's like a tiger one.
Yeah, there was like a group of them that chose these, like 2 or 3 of them that I saw. I don't know who the third one was.
I'm looking right now. Oh my god, that lion head! I can't. It looks too real. Is it real? Like it looks too real.
No, apparently they're all fake. They're all props. But they are too realistic. We're
Oh,
like,
I don't know. I can't even pronounce the name of the third person. I don't. I'm not very familiar with her, but I actually think her dress is the best out of the three.
I don't know. Kylie looks like she's wearing just like I don't know anything about women's fashion, so I can't tell you. But Kylie's dress looks like a normal dress she would wear, just with this
And they just
freaking
mounted a freaking lion
mounted
head on
head,
it.
where it's like
Yeah.
oversized, like in her face.
Naomi's looks like a coat, like a long
Yes,
trench coat. And it
hers looks
looks
like a
like they were
silk coat.
making it with the fur and forgot to like cut the because you know when they make a fur coat, like it looks like that
Yeah.
and they forgot to like remove the head off of it or something.
No, it looks like she put
Or
one of
like,
those carpets with like on like just like a
yeah.
wall.
I was gonna say, you know when people make the animal like a rug, it looks like she just
Yeah.
picked up a rug and put it on as a
Look,
coat.
I don't know. This to me is a little. This is a little. It's like Kylie Jenner. Like she's Kylie Jenner. She could do so many other things to be. All she has to do is walk out of her house and she's in a TMZ headline. Like you don't need to go wear
Right.
this dress like this. This is like ridiculous. Like that to me is just I don't know.
But you
I
know,
don't know what message
hold on.
to
I'm
send.
trying to like look it up right now because remember the Met Gala when Kim wore
Yeah.
the Marilyn Monroe dress?
Yep.
Kylie showed up in like what looked like a bridal dress with like
You look
a
like Avril
backwards
Lavigne.
baseball hat. I have never been sorry, don't come for me, Kylie fans. I have never been a fan of her fashion choices.
See,
She
but
looks better,
I
in
knew
my
why I said
opinion,
that.
when she like posts her vacation pictures or
Yeah.
like her I'm at home. Like I love those choices that she makes, but when she's
Yeah.
out on the red carpet, I don't remember a Kylie look that made me go, "Oh my god!" Like her
Yeah.
fashion choices are not my favorite thing.
So, what she wore at the Met Gala, the whole like the bridal outfit, whatever, she kind of looked like Avril Lavigne going to Travis Barker's wedding or something like that whole thing. Surprisingly, I know the backstory of it.
I do
Uh,
too.
Virgil Abloh was like her good friend. He had just passed, and that was like a design of his. She wanted to just pay tribute to him by wearing that, but that
But
was
the
a weird.
problem is that the Met
It's
Gala
not on
has
brand.
a theme. It
Yes.
has a theme, and you're supposed to stick with that theme. And that year, it felt like the Kardashians, including Kylie, try to make about themselves instead of keeping up with the theme. The theme was like something. It was I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it was more like older times, and none of
Yeah.
them showed up
The
looking
classic.
like keeping up to theme. Right.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Which look did you like better? Did you like this year or whenever it was? I think it was this last year.
Hmm.
Kylie's look with the whole wedding dress, or did you like the year before with Kim wearing like all black, like covered face, everything?
I like the cover face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that to me was like,
It's
what
like
the hell is this? Like,
because it's avant-garde and like there's only one
yeah.
event a year that you can pull off avant-garde. So see, first of all, I was very against her wearing that dress because like that she could have ruined it, like
Yeah.
it's so weird, like the way that they had to keep fabric and all that. uh but I feel like avant-garde fashion is so hard to pull off. You really can't wear it. This is just for fashion shows. There's only one time of the year that you can go out there and really go all out with that style of fashion, and that's the Met Gala. And for them to show up in just dresses that you will wear for any other red carpet, it was
Yeah.
disappointing me.
I don't know. I saw on the last season of the Kardashians because they showed it on there, or the Hulu show they have. They showed all of them going to the Met Gala, and Khloe Kardashian killed it. Killed it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw her dress. She looked very elegant and
Yeah.
classic, like just a very like I don't know. She really,
Yeah,
really.
she did good. She did
Yeah.
good.
But I mean, again, like Bad Bunny, I'm sure we could sit here and talk about the Kardashians for.
Bad Bunny killed his Met Gala look last year. Just saying.
He did. The main topic of today's show, it's in the title. This is crazy to me. We all know what happened with Damar Hamlin a few weeks ago. Suffering what looked like a heart attack, cardiac arrest during a football game. Game ends. He goes to the hospital in a coma, like all this crazy stuff. He was sent home. He's okay. And the headline here is that he was in attendance at the Bills game, and there's a conspiracy that wasn't him.
Did you watch the videos?
So I didn't watch the video, but I saw all the other articles about it, and it says like sources confirm, sources say that it was BS, that it wasn't him. This to me is crazy. How do they think that they can get away with this if it is at all true?
Okay, hear me out. I'm not.
You
I'm
wore
not
the
agreeing with the.
hood.
I'm not agreeing with the conspiracy here. But the problem is that when they show him at the game, they're showing him from far away. It's knowing, right? So you think, okay, that's cap. I saw a couple of the tweets and I'm thinking, okay, that's not true. Like I get it because you can see him from very close.
Yeah,
But there was a camera in the suite with him, and they never show him. They just show the hood over his head. You know what I mean? Like they never actually show him. And while I'm not saying I'm with the conspiracy, I'm like they also didn't help the case
yeah.
because he never takes down the hood. He never shows. He never says
Well, the hood
anything.
goes down
And
like here. Can't
yeah,
even see it.
again, we don't know. It seems like he's okay. He's tweeting. I'm glad. Like it's crazy what we saw to see him being able to attend the game now. Like this man died on the field, technically speaking, and they had to
Yeah.
bring him back. So you don't know what condition he's in. But at the same time, it's like to not get an interview, to not get footage of him, actually him,
Yeah.
it really, really doesn't help the rumors here. And I don't know, I need to go on Twitter and see if anybody else posted a photo with him actually at the game. I haven't seen
Yeah.
one. I haven't seen one. And I mean, you gotta tell me that that doesn't help the conspiracies like go crazy.
Well, you would think that during the game they would show a close up of his face and seeing him in good
But they
spirits
didn't.
to get the crowd going and get the team excited and motivated and like this. This is a serious part of the season, and it's like he's just showing like his like from his nose down, like not showing much. But then the question comes up as if like why would they portray him at the game if it was like why would they do this? Why would they make it fake?
If you have access to your Twitter, you have to see
Yeah.
what I just sent you.
I just got it. Let me open it.
Oh my god. Like the memes right now, he's the new John Cena. I just searched his name on Twitter and all it is just memes of him being invisible.
I don't know if that's
The internet cannot take anything seriously. And even like in the most crazy of news, like I remember when there was like I'll never forget this one when the rumors started breaking about World War III and
Yeah.
the memes started coming out and I'm laughing and I know that I shouldn't be laughing at this topic, but I'm like the internet has ruined all seriousness to any news at this point.
It's just oh man. I
I'm
don't know.
trying to find it and all I see is conspiracies. I'm not seeing a video. Oh my god. I'm gonna get lost in this rabbit hole as soon as we go off the air. I already know it. I'm not seeing a video of him. And I'm
No,
like, I'm not wanna sound like a conspiracy, but they're not helping their case.
I just don't think that after everything that happened that he would make his like this big return to an arena and he's like covered head to toe and you can't see him. Like why even show him in the first place?
Exactly.
If you're not gonna see his face.
Maybe
Now,
to get the crowd pump up, but
now that I'm
what you
thinking
did is
about
just start. Go ahead.
do you think that if it was fake, would the team be in on it, or is this being done to kind of give that extra push to the team? Like, yeah, you can do it. Like, let's go to the Super Bowl. Let's do this. Like,
What if because it was fake, they cursed the team and that's why they lost? Didn't they lose?
I have no idea. I'm
I
not
think they lost. I'm pretty
I'm
sure
a
they lost
wrestling
to the
fan. I'm not a
Bengals.
football fan.
I watch all sports, but I was very busy this weekend doing wrestling things. So if I'm not mistaken, I thought they lost to the Bengals. I don't know.
Yeah.
The team has received so much press from this issue, and one of my favorite things about this is how it united NFL. Like that night, they canceled the game, and you saw all the other teams change their profile picture in support, and there were so many people
Millions of
tweeting
dollars
the Buffalo
raised.
Bills. Yeah, and I don't know that the team will be in on it. I just don't know why you wouldn't show him, why you wouldn't interview him, and if he's still in some kind of serious like or concern for his health, why show him? Why bring him
Yeah.
there? Like, isn't that a
Or
little
picture
too
him at home.
dangerous? And that now I just saw a tweet. I'm telling you, I know I'm gonna get lost in this rabbit hole because I just saw a tweet that says that the person that they show like going kind of like into the locker room, a different, not the one that we saw at the game, is shorter. Which I always like. It always like blows my mind how the internet can assume how tall or short a person is based
Yeah.
on a camera angle, because we all look taller or shorter depending on which way you're getting us.
Yeah.
But that I'm gonna have fun with that one for the next hour. I already know it. I don't know what happened, Joey. I just don't know that the way they presented it helps the case.
Yeah, like in my mind, I get very naive with this stuff sometimes. I'm like, why would they fake that? Like, there's no reason to fake. And then I'm
Come
like,
on,
well,
Joey.
ratings and different things and this and that, and they want to get, I don't know, regardless of what it is, dumb decision if it's true. Like, why not just send in a video from him at home saying like, "Go Bills, you got this." Like, I'm
Do
good.
you also not find it weird that we don't know what his injury was, what happened, what the diagnosis was, why? There's oh my god, no, what have you done? This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. I'm gonna be check your DMs because I'm gonna be DMing you all the tea later.
You're gonna come back next week and you're gonna be like, "He's not even a real person. It was fake."
With a tinfoil hat.
Nobody's named Damar. It wasn't even a person. It was all fake to get the game canceled. Yeah, I'm sure. Listen.
God,
I'm sure.
can you imagine? That's what happened. Okay, stop. Let's move on.
To create some buzz for the NFL.
Yeah.
I remember seeing something, or I heard something that like, if you get hit in a certain part of your chest, it can, like when your heart is beating at a certain whatever, it could cause a cardiac arrest or something. That's kind of like what happened. But
it's just that you have to get hit at a time when your heart is like beating a certain way. Like a lot of, I saw this doctor on YouTube that, here I go again, and he does videos every time there's like a weird sports injury like that. And he said that he assumed that injury, he would only see it on medical books or the classes that they take, because it is so rare for it to happen. The hit has to happen at a specific time when your heart is doing a certain part of the beat.
Yes, that's what I heard.
In order for it to happen, like the way that he described it, it's like this might be a once in a lifetime kind of injury that we might never see again. However, I also did see people tweeting, no, it just happened on a national basis and it was televised. This is an injury that does happen, you just don't see it.
Oh man, you have a lot of homework to do.
I'm ready now. Oh, man. I don't have time to waste with my trip coming up and everything else that I have to do. I have a lot of videos to edit, but I am willing to waste an hour, at least an hour on this.
I see Ricky's in the chat. Hey, how you doing, Ricky?
Saying, hi guys, thank you so much for hanging out.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff to look forward to next week.
Yeah, I'm going to bring you back what happened with this conspiracy, and I'm going to bring you back how to pronounce Kylie's son name.
Yeah.
And if I see the Kendall tequila when I'm in San Antonio, I'll give it a try.
There we go. Any shows or movies you've seen this week or starting to watch? Are you finished?
No, The Circle, I told you I was like really big into The Circle. The season finale came up. I was very happy with who won. Yeah. That's about it. I haven't taken a day off in 3 weeks, Joey. I haven't had time to even sleep. I let you guys down this week with what I'm watching. I'm watching nothing.
I just finished watching Tulsa King. It's on Paramount Plus. I think I told you about it before. It's like a New York City old like 80s mafia show with Sylvester Stallone as the main guy. So a little bit about the story. It's actually really interesting because he's the Sylvester Stallone. He plays a top mob official, and he takes the fall for his best friend and goes to jail or prison for 25 years. And the show starts with him getting out 25 years later. So if you look at the last 25 years, I mean, I'm 30 now. I would have been 5 when he went away. So all of that time, you see him kind of adapt to the new world, not knowing what the internet is, not knowing what a phone is, a cell phone,
Right.
people dealing with credit cards and cash, like, and it's him trying to, and he gets exiled from the mafia when he comes back, and they basically send him to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where that's kind of it's in the name, Tulsa King, and he becomes the mobster in Tulsa, and he makes his whole.
I love that.
And it's a really interesting show, but you really get to see how. And I never thought about it before. People who go to prison for such a long time and they come out, they miss so much of the real world. They don't know what cell phones and iPhones and all this technology advancements are. And so you see,
I think on Netflix there's a show called I'm a Killer, and they actually interview like people that are in jail or waiting on death row for murdering people. And there was actually an episode called I'm a Killer Release. One of them was actually granted parole. Wow. He was in prison for that long, and you get to see it. I mean, I love that. I actually have this show on my list because I love Sylvester. I think he's such a good actor, but you get to see it in real time. Not only that, somebody that went to prison for murder, this man is never going to get a job or have a normal life, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's very shocking to see how he don't know how to handle the things that they're like trying to introduce to him because he was locked up for so long. Like, it's crazy. You really don't think about that stuff, but it happens.
And like I said, this show Tulsa King is on Paramount Plus. I didn't have Paramount Plus before, but I saw all the reviews for the show and all the commercials, and I literally got Paramount Plus to watch the show. And
I have Paramount Plus, and I have a complaint. I got it because I watch wrestling. Some of my favorite shows, Big Brother, Survivor, are on CBS, and obviously I can't watch them live because we're watching wrestling. But Paramount Plus usually gets them up by midnight, so I'm able to watch them the next day. And they didn't put up these seasons of The Challenge, which drives me crazy because I have to wait 2 days for MTV to put it up on their app. And it's like, why am I paying for Paramount Plus if you're not getting all of, like, because prior to this season, The Challenge will be uploaded on Paramount Plus. I don't know what happened with this season, but that was very disappointing. I will say the one thing that I'm excited for that came out this week was the Scream trailer in New York City. Oh my God, I'm so hyped.
I'm so hyped. I think I told you before, but like we always talk about how like I'm a horror. I love horror movies. I know you.
I'm wearing a Halloween shirt today.
I love it. I love scary like horror movies, and I went dressed as Ghostface like 4 years in a row as a kid.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like 4 or 5 years in a row. I didn't have to, I think after the second year I had to get like a bigger costume, like because I just kept growing.
Right.
But like
because Scream Ghostface is he's up there for me as far as like slashers. Like I love him. I like the idea of it being in New York. Like I'm very hyped. I thought they did a good job with the trailer because I don't think it shows everything like other horror films. Right. It shows what you need to get you hyped. And that's what a trailer is supposed to do. Recently, they're putting everything on the trailers and you're so disappointed when you go see the movie. Here, all of the teasers were done right because I still couldn't tell you who the killer is or this and that. I just know it's based on a different location. And I'm super excited for it. I know it's all the way into March, but I thought they did an excellent job with the trailer, the poster, the way they're incorporating New York. I am absolutely here for it.
Horror film. 2 things. One, I don't trust trailers anymore because of Halloween Ends.
I know. I told you were gonna be scarred.
2, I saw the trailer. I loved it. I can't wait for the movie. I'm very nervous for New York City. Why? Because there is a lot of crazy freaking people there.
I know.
And I think because of this movie, you're going to see people dressed as Ghostface going on killing sprees.
I know.
Well, subways specifically. We already have. I live here, and I'm telling you, we have a lot of issues with the subways, and it's not good right now.
I don't know how big of a geek you are, but I am. I follow a lot of horror content creators here on YouTube. And they do a good job at telling you what the rumors are without spoiling the movie. And there is and they tease it in the trailer. There's a part where you see Gail like unveiling this like shrine, right, to Ghostface. It's like I was like, I'll pay good money to go to that museum first of all.
Absolutely.
But there is a very big rumor among the community that there's gonna be like a cult of Ghostface, and we're gonna see multiple Ghostface. That has been, I mean, this script didn't leak. The last one, the script leaked, and it kind of got ruined for a lot of us fans. But that's like one of the major concerns that people have. I love in the beginning of the trailer where they run into the bodega and they're like, "Help us!" and the people are like, "There's a line here." Like I'm like, that's New York right there,
That is New
and
York.
that's like.
Oh man,
I know that you're nervous for it, but it does make it to like who's gonna believe them? Because in New York we see it all. We're used to the crazy killers, and we just keep going like nothing is going on. So I do think that adding that factor to it, because remember, there's no Sidney Prescott on this, and I'm still gonna go see it. I know a lot of people. I'm like, I'm not gonna see it. I'm like, I'm gonna see it no matter what. But not having her there, you have to up the ante, and I think that the New York factor could really be that game changer. I don't know how I feel about the cult of Ghostface rumors, but I can see in New York somebody seeing the rumors that this Faison is out there mass killing people, and some crazy actual real life psycho saying, "Well, I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna do the same thing," because that's how New York functions. Remember on the movie The Joker, the last one that came out, where you see everybody starts wearing the clown mask and everything. So I'm excited. I hope it doesn't turn into another Joker. I love the Joker, by the way, but I'm super hyped for Scream. I know I didn't watch anything this week, but that trailer, I was like by my computer at the time that it was announced it was going to be released, and I was not disappointed.
No, I think that 2023, if you look at all the movies coming out, it's going to be
a lot of good stuff.
A good cinema year. A some great films coming out. I really want to see, we have obviously the Oscars coming up. And I want to see The Whale. I haven't seen The Whale, the one where Brendan Fraser makes his return to acting.
Yeah, I heard about it. I haven't seen it either.
Actor, the movie's up for best film. Like, I've seen clips on TikTok, and it looks like a really, really good movie. I want to see it. I don't even know where I can or where.
I need to. If you figure it out, let me know, because I also want to check it out.
Elvis too. Elvis was a fantastic movie, and I think that movie's up for best film, and then Austin Butler's up for best actor. So.
I have to check it out as well. I haven't seen it, but I heard good things about it too.
Yeah, I follow like these. I follow on TikTok. It's like a movie podcaster, and it's like a group of guys that they just talk about like movies coming out soon.
Yeah,
so many good movies lined up. We have Creed 3. I love the Rocky movies. I love Creed.
Oh my god, I saw the preview to that. Looked good.
Yeah, Creed 3 coming out in March. We have what's another one? John Wick. A new John Wick movie coming out. Another series.
Every year there's one.
Yeah. Super Mario or the Mario Nintendo movie coming out. A lot of things coming out. So I'm like
promising year, it seems like.
Yeah. But I think that pretty much does it for today's show.
Yes.
Talked about a plethora of topics. We got our Kardashian juice in there, and did our thing. Any last words you have for the fans listening and watching all around the world?
No, they can just go find me on social media, NYC Demon Diva.
Absolutely. Go follow us on social media. Don't forget to like the video, comment, or subscribe down below to the Know Your News channel. A lot of great different podcasts, unique styles. You can catch everything. You can catch us every Tuesday here at 3 p.m. live. And for everybody tuning in and watching, we appreciate you and your support. And we will see you next week.
Bye.